Previously on Dungeons and Dragons.
That's not our name.
What did you guys do? You guys were given a mission to go track down Malvin and retrieve the gem that he stole by Ellengale, and you were also given a mission to track down Malvin and bring him back and hopefully get the money that he owes Rorgarth. You took your boat on a harrowing shortcut back into the swamp from the temple, and Chrome found a mysterious key. And then you talked to Gertrude. She had some company, but it turned out to work out because for some mysterious reason, she also wants you guys to go get Malvin. And she pointed you in the direction of an atoll after scrying on Malvin using the Dark Shard amulet that he stole. She found that he was in this atoll that's basically just completely covered in shipwrecks and gave you directions, said it's a little less than a day's sailing from the island that you're currently on. And then you left her hut, and that was how we ended the first session.
Well, I mean, technically we ended with a puke scene for some reason.
Oh, yes. I shook Heki violently to make him vomit the candy that he had taken, because he's apparently the only person that hasn't heard that you're not supposed to take candy from strangers.
It was candy. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. So, I guess, what, do we start with the vomit that's on the ground and just, like, stare at it? And now I'm looking at you, and I look back at the vomit, and I'm just hurt. That candy has been wasted.
I mean, candy's more about taste, right? Is it really wasted if you got to eat it and then puked it up?
That's very true. In fact... That's so logical.
Believe me.
This is giving me all kinds of ideas.
Oh no. That's not good.
If you eat candy till you puke, then you can eat more candy.
That's like the fucking District 1 people in the Hunger Games kind of logic there.
Yeah. What was that about?
She's already poisoned us once. Why would you eat anything she gives you?
Well, it was candy.
I mean, technically that was from her friends and not her, so...
Did you see her friends?
I'd like to inspect the 2 other pieces of candy that I have.
Okay.
Do I do a roll each or one roll?
Because it's a food stuff, I almost feel like you should do a medicine check.
Okay. That's a -1.
May I also, since I'm suspicious, examine this candy?
Okay, yeah.
All right. Ooh, that's an 18 -1, 17.
That's an 18 plus 4, 22.
Woohoo.
To Heki, it seems fine. To Chrome, it seems like candy, although it does seem like it's probably way past its expiration date.
This candy is bad.
Do not you think all candy is bad?
I mean, it's also regular bad, but it's also bad.
All right, I'll hold on to it, but I'll put it in a different candy storage spot.
Okay.
Spot that I know what it is.
You have a good candy pocket and a bad candy pocket?
Yeah. I have
Gotcha.
the poisonous candy that will kill people and the candy that bring children joy in the other pocket. I don't ever confuse them.
Except for that time you put your pants on backwards.
Yeah, that was a bad day.
Okay, are you guys satisfied with the candy inspection? Do you want to head to the river to keep going? Or
So the river empties out all the way into the sea?
It does.
Do we know this, or did Gertrude tell us this?
Is this the river that we followed up?
Yeah, you basically started on this island during the beginning of the tournament. You basically started in the delta of this river. Like, that's where you kind of were ferried to.
Then we will say whatever variant of purple dragons and rule.
So purple is the small boat, dragons is the big boat, and rule is back together.
Yes.
And I had a question about this too. Does the word have to be said with intent or just said?
That is a good question. I'm gonna say it has to be said with intent.
Okay.
Like, if you're carrying this box in your backpack walking through a town and somebody nearby happens to say, gnomes rule, it's not going to... Well, I guess that would be the opposite.
No,
If
somebody's like,
somebody
purple
says,
dresses here.
I saw a purple dragon! It's not going to explode your backpack as you walk past.
Okay.
So, you conjure the boat, you get into the boat, you begin sailing down the river.
He is indeed.
It is, unsurprisingly, a swamp, and the water is not super quick flowing. It's a very wide body of water at this point. Pretty still, slow flowing, gross.
I would like to, while we're just sitting here, not doing anything, I would like to do a thing. And I'm going to use my character voice to do that thing.
Okay.
Hey, Chrome, give me that key that you found.
I just hold up the key.
I would like to take it and cast Identify.
Okay. So,
It's a skeleton key because we found it near skeletons.
Woo!
curses, you figured it out. Okay, you identify this key, and in your mind, it is still just a mystery key. But what you can tell is when you inspect it closely, there's a question mark worked into the head of the key. And through your identify spell, you see that the key has a 5% chance of unlocking any lock into which it's inserted. Once it unlocks something, the key disappears.
I would know that from Identify?
Yeah, it's a magic item.
Oh. Okay, awesome.
So basically, you try this key in a lock, you roll a d20, if you land on a 20, then it unlocks whatever lock it is, and then the key disappears. Also, this does not specify, so I'm going to specify for you that the key, like its magic effect, can only be attempted once per lock, so you can't just sit there and...
Jiggle, jiggle. Jiggle, 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 jiggle.
You can't sit there and key fuck a lock until it works.
Okay, that's neat. I have to remember to keep that in my head.
Do you give it back to Chrome?
Yeah.
Locks.
I prefer to smash things.
Is anybody else doing anything noteworthy on this swamp boat ride?
Is this boat ride going to be long enough for a short rest?
Yeah, I'd say it's long enough for a short rest.
Yay.
Huzzah! Short resting.
Me too.
I'll spend 2 hit dice. That is 13 back. I am back up to full.
If this was like a more fast-flowing river, then I would say a short rest wouldn't be allowed, at least for the person steering the boat. But because it's kind of a lazy swamp float.
We're tubing.
Yeah, you're basically tubing.
Where's the tube with the cooler, man?
So, once everybody has finished their short rest, I want everybody to give me a perception check.
Perception. 8.
16.
6. Oh no, that's a 3.
Alright, let's see here. Okay. And what's that? Okay. And what's this? Okay. So, Oriana, you don't see shit. You are too busy looking at this key or something. Hecky, you notice 2, what at first you thought were logs up ahead that you realize, nope, those are crocodiles. And Chrome, you realize you see 3 crocodiles up ahead.
Oh gosh.
You have like 20 seconds before you actually float close enough to them to do anything non-ranged.
Would I be able to tell if, with my incredible swollenness, I would be capable of rowing faster than these things swim?
You can certainly try.
Okay, so the scene is Hecky and I are like whispering to, or he's checking out his candy, I'm checking out the key, and then all of a sudden Chrome just starts going supercharge on the oars.
If you're gonna try to just speedboat past them, go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Alrighty. Incoming! That is 13 plus 6, 19.
Okay, you are just sitting here pounding these oars into the water as quick as you can. One of the crocodiles does have a good angle on you, though. You manage to float past the first two before they can kind of intercept the path of the boat, but the third one looks like it can get there in time, and you have about 5 seconds to decide if anybody's going to do anything before it would be in range to attack.
So we can do stuff now?
Yeah, I mean, because you saw them coming, I'd say you could prepare an action if you wanted. Well, I'll say that the other two can prepare an action. Chrome's action was rowing.
Was to try to row.
I cast sleep.
You cast it or you prepare to cast it?
I cast it before we get up close to them. Are they all together?
No. 2 of them are together and behind you at this point, but there is one ahead of you.
No, never mind then.
Okay, I cast friends.
Doesn't friends have to be a humanoid?
It just says choose a creature you can see. Oh, that isn't hostile towards you.
Yeah.
Fuck. That would have been really good. I just need to get charm person. That's just
Hashtag Gator friend.
Charm person also would not work on a crocodile.
Well.
Crocodiles are people too, except for the purposes of spell casting.
All right, the moment has passed. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Alrighty.
Damn.
Faith in the dice.
13.
4.
12.
All right, initiative is tracked. Top of the order is Hecky. This thing, at this point, it's about 10 feet away.
Okay. How deep is the water?
It's really hard to tell since it's all swampy, but there's trees growing up every once in a while, so you figure that it's probably not super deep. It's probably like 4 feet deep.
I'm afraid, like, if I cast Firebolt at the water, I mean, is there enough of this guy showing that I could hit him with anything?
It's mainly just his head, so I would say since he's like almost essentially prone, you'd have disadvantage.
Okay. So I'll go with Frostbite.
What is your DC?
My DC is 13.
That is a 13 plus 1, so it makes it.
Alright.
Next in the order then is the crocodile. So it is going to advance the 10 feet, and it is going to snap at... Chrome, I assume, is in the middle of the boat, since he's got the oars. Yeah. Who is in front and who is in back?
Hecky's definitely in front.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to take a chomp at Hecky then. That's a 7.
Ha-ha! Stupid lizard.
Alright, that's its turn. So, Chrome, you're up.
Let's see. From its position, could I attempt to whack it with the oar that's on the side that it's on?
Sure. Improvised weapon.
I will try to oar whack it.
Nice.
I'd say that an oar could probably take the stats of a staff.
Alright.
That would make sense, right?
Staff or club, whichever. So, that is a 16 plus 6 to hit. 22.
That I'm pretty sure will hit.
Ooh.
So, are we going club or are we going staff?
If you're doing it one-handed, I'll say club.
So, club. So it's a d4 plus strength. 7 bludgeoning.
It looks indignantly at you after you whack it on the face with the
whack
oar, but it still looks healthy. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay, Oriana, you're up.
Alright, I would like to cast Hex. And then I would like to cast Ray of Frost, which is an action, or I have to roll. Whoops.
Attack roll.
You will have, if it's a ranged attack, you'll have disadvantage since it's right up alongside the boat now.
Oh, okay. Then here's it with disadvantage. That's 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
So it takes 1d8 cold, 1d6 necrotic, which is 11 total, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Nice.
So I have a question. Is this a moving battle in which we could possibly gain distance on one of these guys if we were to immobilate them?
It is.
Okay.
However,
one of them grabs you,
pulls you underwater, does a death roll into Pecky.
ooh, that's a nat 20.
Oh, yes he does.
So that moves up here, and then That one is a 17, so that one moves up here.
Oh, I see.
Lucky for you, those are not attacks. Those are initiative rolls from the other two crocs because Chrome took a break from rowing to attack. So now they are going to have a chance to catch up into the fight.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Unless we row away from them.
Yeah, pretty much. Each turn that nobody rows, they're going to gain ground. So, that was Oriana's turn. So now at the top of the order are the two crocodiles that you passed at first. I'm going to say you got about 50 feet past them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to close to 20 feet. And then that will bring us back to Heki. So there's two crocs 20 feet behind the boat now, and then the one right next to the boat.
Okay. The one right next to the boat, is it 5 feet away?
It is.
Okay. I'm gonna, whip out my dagger and stab this crocodile, I think.
All right.
Stabbing him right in the eye with a 7 plus 5, 12.
That just hits. So that should be what, like a D4 plus dex?
Plus 3, yeah. So here it comes. That's a 1 plus 3, 4. And I'd like to take his eye with it if I could. Even if that means that, this croc now has a grudge against me and will follow me to my grave.
Okay, so you're becoming Captain Hook. Is that what's going on?
Exactly.
Oh, I was thinking Happy Gilmore.
No, Captain Hook. Was it enough?
Yeah, sure. You don't use daggers that much. I'll give you a crocodile's eyeball.
Nice.
Well, a pierced crocodile's eyeball. It's basically just a mush of jelly now. It's not going to be useful for anything, but you got it from him.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else for your turn?
No. I think that's it.
Okay. Brings us back to that crocodile that you just stabbed, who now is extremely upset with you and is going to chomp at you again. This time for, goddammit, another 7.
No, doesn't hit.
All right. And it also is going to turn and start swimming away. So all three of you can get opportunity attacks.
Okay.
Okay.
With the dagger.
Who goes first in this opportunity list?
I guess we could do it by initiative order. So Heki first.
All right. I rolled an 18 plus 5, so 23.
That'll hit.
So D4 coming up. Another 1 plus 3, 4.
All right. It's looking real rough now. Chrome, your opportunity attack.
I whacked with the oar. That's a 24 to whack.
That hits.
And that is 8 oar whacking damage.
Okay. It is extremely injured.
I rolled a 17 to
Oh,
hit.
wait, I mathed wrong. Nope, it's dead.
That is extremely injured, to be fair.
Okay, so Oriana, you can save your reaction. Next would be Chrome's actual turn.
Let's see. The other two are still a little ways off.
Yeah, they're 20 feet behind the boat now.
I will, now that we've gotten the one that was on us, I'm going to attempt to get us some distance.
All right, give me another athletics check.
Row, row, row your boat away from crocodiles. 17.
All right, I'm going to have them do athletics check to dash towards the boat and see if they can keep up. That's a nat 1.
Nice.
For that one. And okay, so that was a 16 plus 2, 18. So one of them falls behind even more.
But the other one ends up in our slipstream.
The other one manages to dash through your wake, using its action for the turn, but it is up on you. So then it would be Oriana's turn. So now there's a crocodile. I'm gonna say it's within 10 feet.
Okay. Then I would like to...
So it died, so you could use Indoctrinate in Death to get a thing back.
Yes.
I would like to cast, I guess the same thing, Ray of Frost at it, and hopefully that will reduce its speed again.
Well, do you want to move your hex?
No, can I move it, or do I have to recast it?
Once the original hex target is dead, you can move it to another target. As long as you have kept the concentration up.
And it's a
Sweet.
bonus action to move it, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so here's my attack. That's a 9.
That will not hit.
Yeah.
Eat a dick, alligator! Also, what ability are you hexing?
Oh, yeah. I forgot to even do any of that. I'm guessing it makes its attack based on strength.
Well, it won't affect its attacks, but it'll affect other strength checks. Like if it tried to pull us.
Oh, yeah. If whatever athletics is, because I know that it's trying to catch us,
That would be strength.
then yeah, strength.
Okay. So that was your turn. Crocodile number 2 got left behind. So crocodile number 3, because it's towards the back of the boat, it is going to advance up the 10 feet to the back and take a... Oh, shit.
Ah!
My dice. And take a bite at Oriana, since she's in the back. So, attack roll. That is a 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So that is 7 piercing damage, and you are grappled. It's got you in its jaws. So then that brings us to... Actually, that was only 10 feet of its movement. So it's going to use the other 20 feet at half speed, so 10 feet, to pull you out of the boat. Chrome, if you would like, you can use your reaction to make a dex check to see if you can grab her. If, tug of warring Oriana with this crocodile might damage her a little bit, but you might be able to keep her from being flung out of the boat. Your decision.
I will try to grab her. My dex is very low. Chrome has poor reflexes.
Okay, I'm going to say it's going to be your dex check versus... Well, I'll just set a DC for it.
Well, hope you can swim, Oriana.
Oh no!
That is 4 flat.
Okay. So you lunge forward to try to grab her, but the crocodile manages to pull her into the water just before you can wrap your fingers around her. So that brings us to Heki.
Okay, so she is underwater.
She's in the water.
Okay. If I were to cast web, that doesn't go underwater, does it?
No.
Okay. If I could cast it across the water, would it stop her from being under if she was caught in it? Could she be caught in it?
Why not? It's creative. There's a couple of dead tree trunks sticking out of the water nearby that you could try to layer it between.
Okay. Awesome. So, yeah, I cast web.
All right.
So, a creature is restrained by the web, can use its action to make a strength checks against your spell DC.
Okay, so that was... Are you doing anything else for your turn?
Do I have to wait to see if she got stuck in it, or...
You cast the spell, and the webs kind of stretch between these two trees and drape down towards the water.
It's a 20-foot cube, so can it, like, one of the anchors of the web be part of the boat, so she could theoretically climb the web into the boat? If she could, get the alligator off her foot.
If you wanna make one of the anchors of the boat to at least keep the boat still, then I would say that's allowed. Give me a spell casting check.
Like just ability or attack?
Yeah, the ability. So like your charisma modifier,
okay.
I think, for you.
Yeah, charisma. 9 + 3, 12.
Okay. You get the web anchored the way that you want it, but by the time you got it cast, Oriana was already at least at the water line, if not under it, so you're not totally sure, especially since the web obscures sight, you're not totally sure if she's in the web yet or not.
Okay.
If I'm in the web underwater, does that mean I'm perpetually drowning?
I don't think the web can work underwater.
Okay.
I don't think it would break the surface. I think it would all kind of just pile up on the surface. All right, that was Heki's turn, so Chrome, it is your turn. The boat is now anchored to these trees, but there are no more crocodiles chasing you, there's just the one with Oriana.
Is the one that has Oriana within reach of the boat, or no?
It got 10 feet back off of the boat. Give me a perception check.
Oh yeah, because now there's all this web in the way.
You're welcome.
That's a nat 1 perception check.
With all the web and the water reflections, you really can't even tell where the crocodile and Oriana are.
Oh no.
You can, if you want to like hop out into the area that you saw them in, you might find them, but you'll be jumping into web and then into water.
I am just gonna tap my elbow and Macho Man Randy Savage leap off of the back of the boat and try to come down hammer style on where I think the crocodile
Oh, jeez.
Give me, I don't want to make this too check reliant, but give me, I guess, an unarmed attack at disadvantage.
Do I need to roll dex? Like,
We'll see. That's a nat 20 and a 14.
Ooh.
So that is a dirty 20 and a nat 20.
Ooh!
nice.
Okay, you manage to guessing where you think that the crocodile was, hoping that you're not going to come right down on Oriana. You leap off the boat. You feel like some of your momentum was lost by the web, but you do make a solid elbow connection onto this crocodile. So go ahead and give me an unarmed attack roll, or unarmed attack damage roll.
Unarmed attack damage for me would be 5.
Okay.
5 bludgeoning as I drop through the web onto the crocodile.
The web doesn't like keep you from getting to the water, but it does kind of like wrap under your arms and legs and stuff and keep you from sinking into the water. So you're almost on like this hammock that's dipping into the water with one elbow like through it onto this crocodile. Are you doing anything else on your turn?
That's my turn. That's my action. I don't have a lot of bonus actions.
Okay. Oriana, you are very confused. A lot of stuff has happened in the past few seconds.
You're like underneath the trampoline, and then somebody came and fell on the trampoline.
It's like for a second your head went underwater, and then when you came back up, it was just like web everywhere, and then you see a Goliath just like launch over you and come down elbowing this guy. You are still grappled, however, so I need you to, if you would like to escape the grapple, make a, I guess, acrobatics or athletics check to escape the grapple. Otherwise, you are close enough to the surface that you're not worried about drowning unless it pulls you under deeper. So if you would like to try to break out or attack it or try to grab onto this web, the world is your oyster. Tell me what you're doing.
I would like to cast Inflict Wounds, a melee spell attack.
Okay.
That is a 17 to hit.
That does hit.
That is 3d10.
Whoa.
No, 4d10.
Jeez.
So here's 3. 6, 2, and 1 is 9. Plus 5 is 14.
Plus, also, is it still hexed?
Yes, plus a d6.
Oh, yeah. Give me a con save from the crocodile's attack. It'll be a DC 10.
Plus just my, saving throw?
It's a con save, yeah.
Okay, so 19.
Okay, yeah, you hold on
So
to
it is hexed, so you get an extra d6 on that.
So plus 3. 14 plus 3. 17. As a bonus action, could I, reach out and hold on to Chrome's arm as a way to keep myself from going underwater?
I'd say as a bonus action, you can reach up and try to, entangle your arm into the web.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I need to roll something for that? Or
No, you're basically voluntarily...
restraining myself?
Yeah.
All right, so that's my action and bonus action.
All right, so that brings us back up to the crocodile. And the web is... What is the spell DC of your web?
13. And is it the same crocodile that has the strength hexed?
Yes, it is.
Is that disadvantage or is that just like a -1?
It's a disadvantage to strength-related checks, but is it a strength save to
Yes.
not get caught in the web?
It's a strength check to break out of the web.
Yeah.
Which it's not caught in the web, but its prey is. But I don't think it can bite and try to contest that at the same time, in the same turn, because I feel like both of those would be actions. So, yeah, it just got pile drivered. It's going to try... It's not going to bite this turn. It's going to try to tug of war with you caught in this web. So it is going to make a disadvantaged strength check against... What is your DC again, Hecky?
13.
Okay. That is a nat 20 and a 13. So that's 15 to break free of the web. So it manages to yank you underwater out of the web. And it is, it's basically like heading straight for the bottom to try to death roll you. So that is its turn. So that brings us to Hecky.
Okay. I assume if I were to hit something underwater with a chromatic orb, I couldn't do fire. But could I do some other type of damage?
I'll tell you what. This is my ruling now. To keep things going, I might change this later. But because it's magic, I'm going to say you can cast through water, but it will cut the range in half of the spell.
Okay. And I couldn't cast fire, I take it, underwater. I feel that.
It's magical fire, so and plus because you have your feet, I'm gonna go ahead and allow it.
Okay. Well then.
And I think fire underwater is cool.
Yeah.
But it is very murky, and the web is on top, so it's definitely gonna be disadvantage.
So you're firing through your web at a thing you can't see.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb, and I'm also going to use my Tides of Chaos in order to neutralize disadvantage. And that's a 15 plus 5, dirty 20.
That definitely hits.
All right. So that is 3d8. Ooh. 9 plus 8, so that's, what is that, 17.
17 damage?
Yeah.
Nice.
I just did 17 damage.
Yeah, but, Hecky doesn't hit things that often, so we gotta encourage him.
Hey!
I'm just kidding. Also, did you roll your
Yeah.
magic surge? Wild surge?
Oh, it's
whatever it's called.
nat 20.
Ah, well, if only that did something.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, he theoretically, because he used the thing, he could immediately trigger
That's
What?
true.
at your discretion.
It
So,
was a nat 20. That was...
Hecky, how do you want to kill this underwater crocodile that you can't see?
Nice.
Death charge.
Yeah. It's fire and it's underwater. So I want it to this fireball be just boiling water around its, circumference or whatever, around its outside as it gets closer and closer to this crocodile. And then when it starts hitting, more steam produces out of the underbelly of the crocodile. And it's what is this sensation? I'm only used to water. And the fire burns through it and comes out the other side, which allows his jaws to relax.
Okay. Oriana, you see this glowing ball of bubbles descend down and pass through this crocodile, and you hear a little bit of sizzling and popping as it works its way through the body, and then the jaws relax, and you are free.
All right.
There's a down home bayou boil.
Also, Hecky, I'm gonna need you to roll some web burning damage. No, well, I guess that's environmental. I guess I roll that. So I'm going to roll 2d4 fire damage for Chrome. Actually, I'm going to roll 1d4 fire damage for Chrome because it is a wet web, so you only take 4 fire damage. Out of combat, I'm going to go ahead and say that, the web burns away pretty quickly, and by the time Oriana gets to the surface, it will be gone.
When I get to the surface, I say, well, at least you did not cast sleep. That would have been bad.
I almost did. If the ruling would have been poor on Chromatic Orb, it would have been sleep.
She falls asleep underwater. I will soggily try to get back into the boat without turning over the boat.
Okay.
Despite the fact that I weigh more than the boat and everything in the boat.
I'd say using some of the nearby trees jutting out of the water, you're able to kind of awkwardly lift yourself back in without tipping it over.
I also can stand on the bow and shake it the right direction because I'm proficient in boats.
Sailory.
This might be more of a physics problem than a proficiency problem.
If I move all the way out here, it doesn't matter because he weighs 400 pounds and I weigh 40.
How much do I weigh? 45.
All right. After that harrowing experience, the rest of the swampy river ride is fairly uneventful, and it's not long before you reach the mouth of the river and are faced with the vastness of the seas and stuff like that.
Do we need to get out of the boat if we change from the small boat to the big boat?
I think as long as there's few enough people that either size can hold them, that it could probably expand underneath you.
Okay. Dragons.
Plus, that sounds cool to me.
Yeah. So we're out on the ocean now, right?
Yes.
I am pulling off my boots and I am trying to dry them in whatever small amount of sunlight we have left today.
Ah, damn it. I got my socks wet.
Okay. Darkness is approaching, and it looks like you're going to have to sleep on the boat as you sail.
Mm-hmm.
So, who is going to take the first shift
I don't want us to go to sleep in wet shoes, so I will take first watch.
Okay.
And hopefully my shoes will be dry by the end.
So, Chrome's watch. Let's see if something happens. Nope. Alright, who's next up?
Are my shoes dry by the time that I'm supposed to go to sleep?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, I will put back on my mostly dry shoes and curl up into a giant ball and just sleep on the deck.
Who's taking next watch?
I'll take it.
Alright. Let's see if something happens. Hecky, give me a perception roll.
Ooh. 15.
Alright. You don't see shit. Who's taking third watch?
I think that's me.
Okay. Nice. Third time in a row, nothing happens.
I don't even have to roll for it.
Nope. I was just fucking with Adam pretty much.
I mean, there's the chance for, like, non-problematic random encounters. A pod of whales sings to you as you sail by them.
That's why I'm a sailor.
A fish jumps into your boat, slaps you in the face, and then flops off of it.
After an uneventful night, you have several more hours of sailing ahead of you. It's kind of nice, though, being out on the open sea. Gets a little bit more freedom than you felt, even though you have a very set destination.
Chrome is unhappy. Chrome does not like being on the open ocean. Is there any land masses at all visible from our position after we are moderately far from the island?
Nope.
Can I give Chrome some gum?
If you have some.
Yeah, I have some gum. That's one of my
At least
cheers.
this ship has a cabin that you can be inside of and pretend like you're on land.
Chrome is gonna just sit in the corner of a cabin.
Don't
and
swallow
chew
it.
gum.
Okay.
It's chewy, like elk sinew.
Exactly?
Would you like some elk sinew?
Is it candy?
No.
Uh,
Also, I don't have any.
oh. Well, if you get some, let me know.
Very well.
Hecky's gonna be the one to invent candied bacon. You can candy all kinds of stuff. You can candy bacon, you can candy jalapenos, you can candy...
Candied shrimp.
Yeah, I was like, just imagine the Forrest Gump scene.
Candied corn, candy apples.
That's all the candy I know.
All right. How are you filling your day when you're not on duty at the helm of the ship, each of you?
I want to explore the ship with Murray. Just like let him run around and like, I don't know, I guess follow him. Just kind of meandering.
Okay. As unlikely as it seems, somehow, despite the fact that this is a magic box that turns into a boat, there's still somehow a rat that's found its way on from the island. And Murray decides to have a little mink rat battle. Why don't we go ahead and make that a thing? Let's see.
Roll
Let's
initiative.
pull up some stats for a rat.
Versus weasel stats.
This is gonna be tough. He only has one hit point, right?
Yeah. Well,
So does the rat.
Oh.
Yeah, so does the rat.
It's sudden death. You watch as Murray chases this rat in a couple laps around the ship, and then the rat realizes that it can't get away from Murray, so it turns to fight. So go ahead and roll me some initiative.
That's
The rat got a nat 20.
2.
What was it?
A 2.
Okay.
Oh,
Rat
no.
goes first. So the rat's gonna take a bite at Murray with its +0 to hit. That's an 18.
Damn it! His armor class is 13.
Oh.
That's 1 piercing damage.
I pick up the rat and throw him overboard.
Make a dex check to see if you can grab it, and you'll have the grapple condition if you do.
14.
And it rolled. It does not have a bonus, so it rolled a 12. So yeah, you grab it.
And throw it off the dang ship. And I get a good wind up too. And then just chunk it.
Like by its tail, you swing it around your head. 1, 2, 3.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Give me a strength check to see how far you throw this rat.
Or do you like hammer throw it? Spin your whole body.
Yes. That's a 5.
Okay. So, despite your anger, it's hard to throw such a wiggly, furry thing, and you only toss it out about 20 feet from the boat. However, as soon as it splashes into the water, you do see... You can't make out what it is, but you see a lot of commotion, and you have a feeling that rat is super dead.
Yeah, fuck you, rat.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Kroll is just having a very quiet mental breakdown in the cabin, chewing gum, trying to pretend he's anywhere other than the open ocean.
Is Chrome like humming some Goliath childhood
Hunting song or something?
lullaby? That's what I was trying to think of.
Can I cast like minor illusion on a wall in the cabin for him? Of like just like the mountaintops, a la, Sound of Music kind of space,
Like a 5-foot cube. Basically, you could make an illusory window
Yes.
that looks out to some land, I guess.
Yeah, I would like to do that, and then not.
All right,
be
how
in there.
long does that last?
You'd have to keep recasting it because
It's a minute concentration, but if I concentrate on it, can I just keep casting it? It's a cantrip.
Yeah.
Oh, but the whole problem is that there needs to be 2 people running the boat at any given time.
Okay, yeah, then never mind.
Yeah, I know I said that, and then I let 2 people sleep at a time. So, I don't know. Maybe it only takes 1 person. I'd say in ideal weather conditions, it takes 1 person to basically just keep the steering rudder angled right. If it starts getting like extra windy or the wind starts shifting a bunch or a storm blows in, then it'll take more than 1 person. But since I let 2 people sleep at a time, it just makes more sense.
I would like to resummon Murray as a poisonous snake.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Oh, also, I don't know if this is supposed to be poisonous or venomous, but whatever.
It's supposed to be venomous, but they do call them poisonous.
If you eat them, you die.
Yeah. Don't eat Murray. He'll kill you. Oh, yeah. Every time I change him, I want to be like, this is Murray now. This is what he looks like. Don't kill him. Don't step on him. Don't throw him overboard. This is what he looks like now.
That's how Murray identifies.
Yeah, does he have like any distinctive patterns so like that are kind of the same theme throughout all of his animal forms?
No.
Okay.
Do you give Murray a little pep talk when he comes back after the rat fight?
Yeah.
How does that go?
Yeah. I want to hear your Remember the Titan speech right here.
All right.
For too long!
So that was a setback, but if it makes you feel better, I threw the rat overboard. He'll not be around anymore. And he was a big rat. That was at least like a level 3 rat. Like, no kidding, right? And now you're a snake, so you can sneak better, and you can fang better, and you are scarier looking. He'll probably die of fright the next time he sees you. So let's try this out. So tell me what you think later. And if you have the option, please scare the shit out of Chrome. That would be hilarious.
And you pretend to be good aligned.
It's all in good fun.
All right. After an eventful or uneventful, depending on who you ask, day at sea.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to fish. I wanted to fish. Sorry.
Oh, you wanted to fish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just one.
Um.
Although I don't think I have a rod in like my inventory.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe another time.
Yeah. I should focus on maybe buying one of those that collapse.
Do you have a spear? You go spear fishing.
No, I have a dagger.
Does the gnome sorcerer have a spear?
I have a light crossbow. Does anyone have some string?
Go bow fishing.
Does anybody have a rope that they could untwine?
I do have rope.
Do you care to untwine some?
I'm probably not watching. I'm just kind of... Anytime that I'm not called upon to man the rudder, I am just like half catatonic inside the cabin, pretending I'm anywhere else.
Yeah.
I like how you're having like this very tough time, and then Heki like pops in the door and is like, "Hey, do you have any rope?"
He's like the Rocket Raccoon asking for tape.
You're the one with the nuclear bomb. If anyone we would have tape, it would be you.
You're the sailor, Hecky. If anybody has twine.
I'd like to, unweave and about 40 feet of rope and attach it to a crossbow bolt and try to shoot something.
Okay, you're a gnome. You have some sort of tinkering thing, right?
Yeah, I do. I can create complicated toys too.
I'm gonna say, because it sounds more fun, that we could use that for this. Let me just figure out what that is exactly.
Yeah, let me
Gnome. Tinker. Artisan's tools. Do you have Tinker's tools on you?
Yes, I do.
Or Artisan's tools? Yeah. Okay. So.
And I can construct a tiny device. I'd like to do that sometime soon.
Okay, well, you don't have... I don't know if you have the materials for that, but I'll say that you can go ahead and use this to make a...
Could I use it to make a rod and reel?
I'll tell you what. Go ahead and give me just a D20 with your proficiency for this toolkit.
Okay.
As you tie this line to this bolt.
How do you find the proficiency for a toolkit?
Well, it's just your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
Should be +2, I think.
+2. Ooh, 18.
Okay, nice. Yeah, you're fairly confident that you got this thing really, really attached to this bolt and that it's not coming off anytime soon. And that it's not compromising the aerodynamics horribly.
Excellent.
So,
roll for bow fishing.
Yeah. I want to lay on the front of the ship, over it, with dangling, and have my gun out, pointing down, looking for a fish to come up fairly close over there.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Okay. Nat 20.
Nice. Okay. You're able to spot plenty of options, so go ahead and give me a general crossbow attack.
All right. That's +5. That's a 16.
16. You wait for your moment, you squeeze the mechanism, fire the bolt, and did you tie the other end of the rope to anything?
Probably not. I'll have to grab it.
Okay, make a dex check to see if you can grab this rope as you realize that it's about to disappear into the water.
Okay. That's 4 + 3, 7.
Well, you learned your lesson this time. You're pretty sure that you got the fish, however, you have no way of retrieving it as the rope flies past your fingers into the water.
Okay. Dang. Lesson learned.
Do you keep trying throughout the day?
No. I thought I had made I think it took me a long time to make that rope exactly how it needed to be.
Okay.
It's a whole
He
hour.
doesn't have the patience to do it again.
Yeah, it's a whole hour to tinker, so I don't know if I have a whole
Yeah.
hour of time that I can't be helping with the boat or anything. More than that.
All right. So, at this point, it seems like a disappointing day for all of you. Let's see, she said it would take most of a day. You left basically at sunset. So, I'm going to say it's probably about noon-ish. Early afternoon as you see that you're approaching an island. And everybody, go ahead and give me a perception check as you start to get closer to the island.
8.
11.
That's a whole 7.
Okay.
I'm just so pumped that there's land.
It takes you all a while, because from a distance it just looks like the island is gray and brown. And you're like, okay, so it's probably just dirt and rocks. As you get really close to it, though, you start to realize that a lot of the features that you thought were landscape features are actually the dilapidated hulls of just countless shipwrecks. There are shipwrecks all over this thing. There's what little of the island you can see is like a dark gray stone rising in very steep spires in kind of a ring formation. And the whole island is probably only like a mile or so across. But there are there's like a literal mountain of shipwrecks inside of this thing.
Hey, Hecky, do you recognize any of those ships?
I don't know. Do I? Should I also want to say purple.
Okay. Hopefully everybody's sitting in the, in the center as this happens. The boat resizes back down smaller as you approach the breakers. I'd say you don't recognize any of the ships at this point. There's nothing. I mean, they're all pretty shippy.
Right.
You probably recognize a couple of like national flags, maybe.
Okay. Maybe that was this type of ship. That was that kind of ship. Can I tell that they were mostly merchant ships or military ships or
All sorts.
Okay.
From what you can tell. Like, they're so piled on and wrecked, it's almost hard to tell where one wreck ends and another begins. But pretty much whatever you can think of as a type of ship. There's, like, little rowboats. There's some big, like, what are they called? Galleons?
Yeah, something.
Anyways, there's all kinds of ships here.
Okay.
And I'd say that as a professional sailor in clear weather, knowing what you're coming up against, I'd say you're able to navigate in with the smaller boat without any kind of crazy wrecks. You kind of use your experience to plot a course that looks safe enough.
Cool.
To get to the edge of the island. So you approach the island.
Does it feel spooky? Is there like a vibe or anything that would explain why all of these are shipwrecked? Because I mean, technically we're in a boat bigger than a rowboat and we didn't wreck, so
Yet.
Give me an insight check.
Yet is the operative.
And Hecky, give me a history check with advantage.
Okay.
I got a 19.
Or actually, maybe history or nature, Hecky, whichever one with advantage.
All right, they're both +0. That's a 2 and a 4.
Okay. Oriana, with your insight, looking at how damaged so many of these are, like most of them don't just seem like rotted, like they've been here a long time. They seem damaged, like they had a violent, abrupt wreck. So you're guessing that most of the shipwrecks that have ended up here because of storms, not necessarily because of just not being able to handle the area.
It's like a collection point. It's like, what's it called? When like things kind of like flow towards a certain point. It's like a gyre. It's like how there's the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. It's like that, but for boats.
Okay.
Or you could think of it as like a hair catch in your tub drain.
Ugh, so gross.
Oh, but also with that high insight roll, you can't really put your finger on it, but there definitely is something creepy about it. I mean, if nothing else, it's just an island made of shipwrecks almost. So there's definitely like a creepy vibe coming off of it. So your boat approaches the island. What do you do?
Is there any sort of beachhead at all?
There's not exactly a beachhead, but there's kind of a gentle slope of these wrecks. Like the wrecks, there's a lot of them on the island within the ring of rocks, but there's also like wrecks out of the island, almost like
a reef of wrecks.
Almost like a reef, and some of them have kind of been flattened down enough with the pounding of the waves and everything over time that you can basically just sail up to them as if they were a beach.
All right. I will step off of the boat onto whatever the nearest shipwreck is.
Okay. The others following?
Yeah, I think I just follow.
Yeah. Rule.
All right. Boat collapses back into a small box. I don't think it leaps into your hands or anything, but it probably folds down towards where the bow was, so it kind of comes to the edge of the water.
It's like a luggage handle.
No,
Yeah.
I imagine it kind of like a capsule where you just like hit it, then poof.
Amber won't get that. I actually do like that idea. Like, there's a little handle on the front that if you hold on to it when you say the word, it just like pops into the box right there. I like that. All right, so you've retrieved the boat. You turn around and see this just massive, as I've said many times now, wrecked ships. A lot of rotting wood, a lot of salty smell, barnacles and shit. Nothing specifically immediately catches your eye, but you don't have full vision of everything from this point. You'd have to kind of go into the ring of rocks where the pile of shipwrecks are to get a good look at the whole place.
Is there anything written on anything?
Nothing that stands out to you as being important. Like a couple of the ships might have some faded names painted on them.
But no, like, turn back, the devil lives here or something.
Abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
No, death comes on swift fins to all who enter.
Let's see. I may just straight up blow our cover and just yell, "We know you're here!"
I like it. Come out, M!
Okay. Well, with Chrome yelling, you do begin to hear a little bit of movement nearby. I'm just gonna need the three of you to roll initiative. With that.
Like we didn't expect that to happen. I got a 10.
I got an 8.
I got a 13.
Oh yeah, and Murray got a 19.
And oh my god, okay. Well, the good news is these guys' initiatives fucking sucked. A few seconds after hearing Chrome yell, you hear this movement, and from around the shipwrecks, like crawling out from between rotting planks and out of breached hulls and stuff, you see these 3 humanoids, but they're weird and slimy and scaly and fish-like. Piscine, you might say.
Do they look like the things we fought earlier?
They do not, and there is some variation to them. Some of them have some weird anatomy. One that you see has some quills on it. One of them has tentacles instead of arms. One of them has, like, piranha teeth. They crawl out and give off a pretty immediate vibe of aggression. First in the order is Murray. I'm going to say, okay, hold on. Let me arrange you guys. So you 3 are kind of in a cluster. Who is where?
Chrome is in front because he got out first.
Okay. So are the 2 of you kind of triangling behind him?
I'm probably
That's
in
what I
the
was
very tail
thinking.
end if we just got off the boat. But if we've been walking for a while, yeah, we're triangulating.
Okay. You probably took a few steps out. So, but I'd say you're all within 5 feet of each other, and with Chrome at the head. These 3 things kind of climbed out from around you, like almost in a semicircle, maybe like a 60-degree semicircle in front of you. So they are. Let's just make this easy and say that they are all 30 feet from you, from Chrome. So basically 35 feet from Oriana or Heki.
Is there water around us? Or where is it around us?
There's some almost like tide pool type water, except instead of being in these rock cavities, it's just collecting in these, the dips in all these shipwrecks. Like, these shipwrecks are so densely packed and piled on top of each other that it almost creates a uniform landscape. It's just like weird angles, and you're never sure.
Kind of like rolling hills of rotting timber.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's see. So are they clustered?
No, they're pretty spread out. They're probably like 20 feet between each other.
All right.
Okay, I want to say that I'm oriented on Chrome's left.
Okay, I'll be on the right.
Okay. And then for Murray's action, I guess, he has a +3 to stealth. So could he, like, stealth around? I mean, if they're focused on us, they probably won't notice a tiny snake. So I want him to get close enough, I would say like within 10 feet of one of them while stealthing, and then hold his action, I guess.
I'd say he could use his action to try to hide, to become stealthed, because you can't just like disappear without some sort of magic or something.
Well, okay.
So it'd be an
So
action
roll
to hide.
stealth.
But then he still has movement.
Yeah. So 18 plus 3.
Okay.
21. Down the pant leg into the boat.
I think the only way that any of these things can detect them is if they roll a nat 20 on their perception. But let's see. Nope. Definitely nope. And nope.
Nice.
Okay, so Murray hides and has to kind of work his way through. He probably, because of all the weird landscape, it's probably considered difficult terrain, and it would cost him double movement to get there, especially staying hidden.
So his normal speed is 30 feet.
So
Okay, so you can get halfway to one of them.
All right, so I want him to get halfway to the one that's closest to me.
Okay, so the one on the left to you.
Yeah, and that's his turn.
All right, Hecky, you're up next.
All right. I'm going to... There's 3 of them, right?
There are 3 of them.
I'll cast Scorching Ray.
One at each
Yep.
one?
Yep.
Okay.
So starting with the furthest left. That's a 16 plus 5, 21.
21 definitely hits.
Okay, so that's 2d6. That's a 6 and a 1, but I get to re-roll that 1. So 6 and 2, 8.
8 damage.
Here comes number 2. Another 16 plus 5, 21.
Hits.
So here comes the damage. 3 and 3, 6.
All right.
And then the last one is a 10 plus 5, 15.
That'll hit.
Yeah, and another roll. 6 plus 4, 10.
All right. None of them liked that. That brings us... Is that your turn?
Yeah. Oh, wait, I gotta roll my Wild Surge.
Wild Surge.
17.
Okay, that brings us to Oriana.
I would like to cast Hex on the one on the left and cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
That's a 19 plus 6 to hit.
That definitely hits.
And a d10 and a d6 is a 9 total.
9 damage.
And that's my whole thing.
All right. Chrome, you're up.
All right. Would it be difficult terrain on top of the ships?
I think so. I think all of this is difficult. It's
All
wet.
right.
It's angular. It's rotted.
I will get halfway towards whichever one's closest to me, probably the one dead ahead,
Okay.
and shield out. I'll huck a javelin at him.
Did you restock on javelins? I forget.
I think I had 4. I've lost most of them. This may be my last javelin.
You at one point you left all of your javelins.
Oh
with,
shit! I did leave
night
all
guy.
of my javelins with that guy. God damn it! I'm javelinless. Shite. In that case, I will instead run halfway, and I will command the one that Oriana just hit to fall. So he has to make a wisdom save or go prone.
That is a 3.
Ooh.
That is a fail.
Okay, so
Actually, let me remember command. So, fall or grovel. The target falls prone and then ends its turn on its turn.
okay, so not right now.
Not right now, but on its turn
Okay.
it will get down and stay down.
Cool. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Next in the order is that creature which you just commanded. So it does drop down prone and then cease actions for this turn. So that brings us to the middle one. It is going to close that gap, and then it is going to take a swing at you with its weird tentacle arm. Actually, it's only going to approach to 10 feet from you, and then it's going to do this.
Alright.
So that is not going to hit. That's a 12.
Nope.
Oh, I see. Okay, so that was with its anatomy. So it's multi-attacking 2 more times with unarmed strikes. So actually, it's gonna close the gap to 5 feet at this point, and then swing. I actually think it's gonna kick at you. So let's see. That is a 16. No, 17. Don't think that hits either.
Nope.
And then last attack. That's not gonna hit either. All right, so it does this flurry of strikes at you, but none of them land.
AC tank, baby!
Ooh.
You see some bubbles angrily form at the gills as it wants to scream at you. That brings us down to the one on the right, which is the one with the piranha teeth. I actually think this one's gonna come up and try to flank Chrome with the other one, because okay. I may have messed up on their movement speed a little bit, but we're just gonna move past that. It's fine.
They're used to the terrain.
Yeah.
They live on the island.
This one approaches to... It comes 20 feet closer, So it's still about 10 feet from Chrome and 15 feet from Hecky. And it can't really do anything, so that's where it's going to stop. So that brings us back up to Murray.
Okay. So the thing closest to Murray is prone 15 feet away.
Yes.
Okay. So there is a function of Find Familiar where I can imbue my familiar with a touch spell. It must be within 100 feet of me, and it must use its reaction to deliver the spell. If the spell requires an attack roll, you use your attack modifier for the roll.
I believe this is on your turn, not on Murray's turn.
So on her turn, she can imbue the spell. The whole problem is that when it would go off is a whole other matter. Because then I guess it would be on Murray's turn that he could deliver it. It's basically
Well,
like...
I think she can cause Murray to use his reaction on her turn, but it still has to be her turn for this to happen, I think, is how it works.
Okay, well, either way, so I can, on my turn, I can cause Murray's reaction as my action.
Yes.
Okay. So,
But right now it's Murray's turn.
On your turn,
Murray-
you could use both your thing and his thing. Yeah.
okay, on his turn right now, I want him to move within 15 feet and use his bite attack.
You mean move 15 feet up to it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It will have advantage because it is prone.
And because presumably
Plus
he's
5.
also unseen.
Yeah,
Yes.
and he's also stealthy. Nat 20.
Oh!
Nice. Okay.
So
Let's
it's
I think it's 1 piercing damage, 3d6 poison,
2d4.
2d4 poison.
So 8
Yeah, Pete. Jeez.
8 poison plus 3 poison. Oh, the poison is a con save.
Oh yeah, so it wouldn't be affected by the crit.
Why not?
Because it's a save, it's a separate effect.
Okay,
It's not part of an attack roll.
definitely 2 piercing.
see. Okay, so I'm going to roll the con save. It does make the con save. It rolled an 18.
Okay, so then half of 7. Or half of 3, sorry.
So 1 plus the 2 piercing?
Yes.
Okay. It is surprised and angry at the snick.
Snick.
Danger noodle.
That's his whole thing.
All right, so Hecky, it's your turn. The one on the right is kind of eyeing you, and it is now within 15 feet of you.
Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and cast Firebolt at it.
Okay.
So here it comes. That's a 6 plus 5, 11.
That just hits.
Oh, really? Okay. 9.
9 damage.
And then I would like to take about 20 feet backwards.
Although you'd be half speed.
Yeah, you can move 10
Okay.
feet back.
Okay.
Using 20 feet of speed, you can move 10 feet back. And there's not tons of room between you and the ocean.
Yeah, no, I forgot about that. I'll just stay where I am.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
So is that your whole turn?
Yes.
Okay, Orion, it's your turn.
Alright, so would I still get advantage since it's still prone?
If it's a touch spell, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's
it
a ranged
is-
spell, you'd have disadvantage.
I'm casting Inflict Wounds, which is a touch spell.
Then with advantage?
That is another nat 20.
And that's
Okay.
4d10, so that's 40
40 damage.
plus 4010.
Alright, here we go. Here's 3d10. That's 28 plus
So 68 damage.
plus 10, so 38 plus
So
40.
78 damage.
Yes.
78 damage.
Yes.
78 damage. I just want you to know that takes its damage taken from 20 to 98. Well, the one on the right shrivels like a fucking rat. I mean, the one on the left, sorry.
That was a badass hit.
Murray just bites into him and it rots.
Okay, is that your turn?
Murray really needed that confidence boost of seeing something he bites to just shrivel up and disintegrate.
Oh, I think you can use your bonus action to move Hex now. Did you even roll Hex for that damage?
Nope, so that's +5.
So 83 damage.
Is that Indoctrinate in Death too, or?
Yeah,
And it's a brand new day.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to move my hex to the tentacle one.
Okay.
Tentacles McGee.
And I think that's my turn. I think I'm okay with that turn.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good turn. Okay. Chrome, it's your turn now.
All right. I will call upon the power of the Great Guardian to imbue my axe with Thunderous Smite as a bonus action. And then with my action, I shall strike forth upon this tentacled fool. That is 18 plus 6, 24.
That just hits.
Jeez.
No, that's super hits.
And he has to make a strength save.
Probably not. That is an 11.
Yep, nope. So, he is thrown 10 feet away from me. He is also knocked prone. And he takes 4 thunder damage plus 6 slashing damage.
He's blasted away from you, falling onto his face, taking some damage.
And then I will close distance with him. And that's my turn.
Okay. So you close the gap again. That brings us... Nope, that guy's dead. That brings us to the guy right next to you. So he's going to use half his movement to stand up. And he's going to, with a slight look of panic in his eye, take another 3 attacks at you. So unarmed attacks first. That's actually a dirty 20. Oof. No, 21.
20 or 21, those will both hit.
Okay. So that is 3 bludgeoning damage.
Alright.
Then he's going to take a second attack. That is a 17.
17 doesn't hit.
Alright, and now he's going to take his tentacle attack. Ooh, that's an 18 plus 5, 23.
That does hit.
So that is 1d6 plus 2. Whole 3 bludgeoning damage. And you are grappled now.
Alrighty.
But that is its turn. So, actually, he did... Okay, he was pretty close to the third one. So actually, he's going to use the remaining half of his movement at half speed to drag you 5 feet closer to the other one.
Alright.
Which I believe puts you within 5 feet of him.
Alright.
So you will potentially be flanked by these two next turn. But that's his turn. So that brings us to enemy number 3. Which upon seeing this, at this point, I think is going to turn and attack... Actually, nah. This one's pretty mad at Hecky. Even though he's being handed this guy on a platter, he's gonna go try to hit Hecky. So that is attack number 1.
So wait, if it's going past me to Hecky, would I get an attack of opportunity? Because if it was in...
I suppose if you're... Is it restrained or just grappled?
I'm just...
No, yeah, it's just grappled. So yeah, I guess you can make a opportunity attack.
Alright. I will whack at it with mine axe. That is 13 plus 6, 19.
That'll
Nice.
Alrighty. Do oct. God damn it, that die sucks. 6 slashing damage.
hit. Okay. Alright, he's angry and surprised, and for a second he looks between the two of you, like, now he's angry at both of you, so he's not totally sure. But he does think that if he can get close to the tiny one, he might be able to beat him, so he's going to go ahead and keep going on up to Hecky, and then he's going to... Oh yeah, the first attack I already rolled was a 14 to hit.
That will hit, but I'm going to use my reaction to cast shield.
Okay.
And so that gives me a +5, and then I'll roll for my wild surge. Not a 1.
Okay. Second unarmed attack is a 16.
That hits.
Okay, that is 4 bludgeoning
Wait,
damage.
16 hits? I thought that your AC would be 18.
Oh, yeah, it's
with
until
shield
my
up.
next turn. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Then that second one did not hit. So then it's going to make its... This one was the piranha teeth guy. It's going to make its bite attack at you. which is a nat 20.
No.
Bringing the total to 25. So, that is max dice. So that's 6 plus 4. That is 10 piercing damage.
I was a little afraid that you were going to be like, that's 40.
That's 78 damage.
Luckily, the bite attack is just 1d4 plus 2, so even maxing one of those out, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
In fact, that was maxed and maxed roll too, so that's literally the most it could possibly do is 10 damage with that attack. Okay, so that's its turn. So that brings us back up to Murray.
How close is Murray to the tentacle guy?
Let's see, 20, 30, triangulate. Probably, we'll just make it easy and say about 30 feet.
Okay, so he'll use all of his movement. Since this is difficult terrain, he'll get 15 feet closer to it.
He could dash and get all the way up there, but that would be using his action.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So Murray slithers quickly up to the tentacled sea spawn guy.
Mm-hmm.
And that is his turn. So Hecky, your turn.
All right. Create bonfire. Can I create that 5 feet in front of me and be in the space of this guy?
Yeah, it's a 5-foot cube, so you could put it like right at his feet.
Okay. Yeah, I want to do that.
All right. So he has to make a dexterity save, which is not great. This is for the one that just bit you, right?
Yes.
Okay. -1. That is a 15.
Oh, that saves.
Okay.
Dances Hotfoot style.
So it hops to the side, staying within melee range of you, but avoiding this fire.
Okay.
Slide to the left.
Are you doing anything else?
I'm thinking if I want to use 2 sorcery points to do it again.
I mean, it's concentration, so the fire's still there. Or you could quicken it and cast it in a different place.
Can I, like, use...
I will just point out that you did just conjure a bonfire on top of a literal island of wood.
I know.
Lucky for you, you're close to the water, and all of this wood is pretty soaked.
Can I use the bonfire to, like, be able to disengage from this guy? Like, scoot around it?
Nah, he sidestepped, so he's
still in melee.
if you leave melee, he'll get an opportunity attack.
Okay. Then I guess that's it. I'm gonna try to move my speed away and take an opportunity attack.
Okay, so with difficult terrain, you'll only get, I guess, 10 feet away, because you have 25 speed, right?
Yeah. I guess that's not gonna do any good because he's gonna be able to move that far. What if I get closer to Chrome? Can I move up to him?
Well, Chrome was kind of dragged over. Yeah, you'd be passing, basically like moving past this guy that you're engaged with now.
Right.
Still provoking an opportunity attack, but you could get right up to Chrome with that 10 feet, I think.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, or you can at least get to, within 5 feet of Chrome with that 10 feet. So he's going to go ahead and take his opportunity attack. I assume just using an unarmed strike. Nope. Nope.
Does he fall prone?
As you move around the bonfire to try to scrape past this guy, he does reach out for you, but he kind of slips and he falls into the bonfire.
Nice.
So go ahead and roll me a D8.
Yes. 7.
This guy's looking very rough now as you begin to smell kind of a cooked fish smell.
Nice.
All right, so you made it past that guy. That's all of your turn, though,
Yep,
right?
that's it.
Okay, Oriana, your turn.
How far away is Chrome?
Probably 10 feet.
All right.
Well, no, he was moved a little bit. Oh, I keep forgetting he charged forward towards that other guy. So more like 25 feet.
I mean, that's still good. So the way I imagine a tentacle grapple is like some tentacles on the left side and some tentacles on the right side.
Or he's just like
Right.
suckered onto some part of me.
Yeah.
So what I would like to attempt to do is bring out my dagger and like I'm cutting through like 3 or 4 bands like all at the same time. It's just like one straight down movement across like all of his tentacles. Is that feasible?
Well, you can attack at him and attack the tentacles. Called shots are tricky but I can figure out a way to do it. And then they're not like wrapping around him in multiple loops to where it's like cutting through bands. Like I'm imagining you're imagining as if you were tied with ropes and it's like multiple coils. But this is more like a tentacle on each side. It's just suckered on, kind of.
Could you make a called shot like a higher AC?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah, we can do something like that. Alternatively, I could say that if you hit with this attack, it doesn't do damage necessarily, but it causes Chrome to have advantage on an escape check.
Okay, I like that.
Okay.
All right, so here's my roll. 17 plus stuff.
Okay, that hits.
4.
So Chrome will have advantage if he decides to try to break out of the grapple.
All right.
I'll go ahead and say that you can roll hex damage with
Okay,
that.
that's what I was about to ask. That's a 5.
Okay.
And I didn't say this earlier, but I think strength is going to be like my
Default
de
dex.
facto. Yeah. So he'll have disadvantage on strength checks.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. So Chrome, it is your turn.
Let's see. I don't have a lot of spells left. I am going to lean into my trusty axe. I'm going to use a different axe die, though, because that die has been fucking me. That is 9 plus 6, 15 to hit.
That will hit.
Nice.
All right. D8. Actually, let's go Rainbow D8. Rainbow Road. Bring me to Valhalla. Oh god, you're worse than the other one. That's 5 slashing damage with my axe.
All right.
And then nobody's that hurt, so yeah, I'm gonna just hold position.
So the sequence that just happened is Oriana runs up and like kind of saws at the tentacles for a second, allowing you to have a good opportunity to escape, and then you just swing your axe instead.
Yes. Krolm does not run from a fight.
Okay, so that was your turn. Brings us to Tentacle Guy. Multi-attack. First one, not gonna hit. Second one, 21.
21 hits.
Okay, so that is 4 bludgeoning damage.
I'm gonna Stone's Endurance this one to reduce it by the whole kibosh.
And then I guess it still has to roll for the tentacle attack, even though it's on you. I guess to see if it can squeeze hard enough to actually do damage.
I guess.
So that is not going to do it. Being wrapped around adamantine armor does not give it the greatest opportunity to choke you.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's its turn, because if it tries to move you, it's going to take opportunity attacks. So that brings us to Piranha Guy, who gets out of the fire. It's going to use half its movement to stand up, and then the other half to waddle over towards Hecky, because you only got 10 feet away, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. So it's going to make its attacks on you. I don't think it's quite flanking with the other one, although it's close to being able to. So first attack is a 22 to hit.
That hits.
That is 3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Second attack is not going to hit. Third, the bite attack now is not going to hit.
Cool.
It is going to stay in your melee range, but reposition itself to be opposite side of Chrome from the other guy.
Okay.
So Chrome would be flanked next round, and then that brings us back up to Murray's turn.
Murray is going to bite
Okay, Murray bites.
at 18.
That hits. Is it biting the tentacle one that's next to, I assume?
Yes.
Okay.
Does Murray get to roll Hex too, or no?
I don't think so.
I think it's only when you damage him.
Okay. So 1 piercing, and then you make a con save.
Con save is 15.
Alright, so he takes 1 plus half of 5.
So 3 total. Alright. Both of them that are still alive are looking pretty damn rough. So then after Murray's turn, it is Hecky's turn.
Okay.
So you have the guy that bit you is still within melee range and right next to Chrome, and then there's the guy that's tentacled to Chrome, also pretty close to you, but not quite in melee range.
All right. I would like to move. It's 10 feet away for non-disadvantage on a ranged spell attack.
I mean, you just have to not be in melee. Yeah. So yeah, it'd have to be 10 feet away.
Okay. I would like to go ahead and provoke the opportunity attack and move 10 feet away from both of these guys.
Okay, that is a dirty 20 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
With just 5 bludgeoning.
Good God. Oh, these guys have torn me up. So now that I'm backed up, I'm going to spend 1 sorcery point and twin spell chromatic orb using fire damage at both of these guys. So ranged attack on tentacle guy first is a 14 plus 5, 19.
That definitely hits.
Okay, and that is a, what is that? That's 3d8. 2, 3, 16.
Okay. Tentacle guy is now cooked calamari.
Nice. When should I roll my surge? After the spell resolves?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, for the second guy, the piranha guy who's been biting me, the attack is 11.
That just hits.
Oh, yes. Oh, thank goodness. So that's a 4, a 4, and a 1. So let me re-roll the 1. Oh, a 7. So what is that? 11 plus 4, 15.
Killing spree!
Double kill.
How do you want to take care of these last two as you're doing it basically at the same time?
I would like them both to just like burst into these huge flames so anybody who's on the island can see 3 bonfire-sized flames coming out of these, like, you know, wood area.
You guys make some interesting choices. All right. So these last two become essentially pillars of flame.
Yeah.
Causing some discomfort to Chrome as he is currently locked to one of them. But the fire basically severs the tentacles from the body as it burns through. So you can peel these suckers off of you if you want.
I will
then
peel.
my surge. It's not.
All right.
We are victorious. And I will pat Hecky on the head and heal him for 10.
Oh,
Using
thank God.
10 points of my lay on hands.
We still
All right.
have those healing potions, by the way, that we got from Gertrude. If you
You
forgot.
mean from Ellen Gale?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you do technically still have a healing potion from Gertrude, but...
I don't think so. I think we gave it away.
Yeah, we have.
Oh, did you give it
I
away?
think, didn't they seize it?
Basically.
Yeah.
Because it's goddamn cursed? Because it's plague magic! Like Chrome has said since the beginning!
How long can these fires burn before stuff starts catching?
This stuff doesn't catch. This stuff's pretty wet right here.
Okay. Then.
It may become a problem as you climb higher into the shipwrecks, but this stuff's still pretty waterlogged.
Okay. I'll go ahead and drop them all if I can.
You drop the
right.
bonfire, the other two are just burning. Their body fat wicks into whatever slight clothing they had.
Spontaneous combustion.
Fish person candles.
What are you guys checking the bodies or anything?
Yeah.
If there's anything left, I think we shriveled them all pretty good.
Do they have pants? Or belts or anything? Or are they nude?
They kind of have loincloth things with a little bit of decoration on them.
I was about to say, if a fish could wear pants, would it wear like this or like this?
But one of them did have a pouch that the pouch burned, but the contents, being metallic, didn't get hot enough to melt. So you find 30 silver. And as you're counting this out, you begin to hear a lot more commotion. And within a few seconds, probably because of the bonfires, you are surrounded by about 20 more of these things.
Oh, God.
Brandishing spears and all kinds of weird fishy anatomy and not super friendly looks in their eyes.
Oh, shit.
Hecky!
Hecky! Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Beep.
We can now take care of them all at once. This is actually quite convenient.
None of us have AoE magic.
I have sleep.
It's okay. If we're unconscious when we die, it won't hurt.
Not technically untrue.
Oh, can I tell you what I did today? Or yesterday? I had a D20 sitting on the counter, and my daughter was there, and I told her that if she rolled that D20 and rolled a 20, I would give her a new pop figure. But if she rolled a 1, she had to clean the entire house, do the dishes, sweep the floor, vacuum, wash out the bathtub, the toilet, everything. And so she took it and she like thought about it for a second and then just rolled it and it landed on a fucking 20.
Did you keep up your end of the deal?
Yeah, I told her it was going to be an extra present from me for Christmas above and beyond what Santa brings. Quote unquote Santa. We all know.